What we're going to be focusing heavily on before we even jump to this, looks like he's about to crash. We're going to be going over the plan method. This is an educational video, so if you're a brand new motorcycle rider or you've been riding for a little bit and you're a little bit freaked out about riding and like things are getting a little nerve-wracking when you're out riding, pay attention to this video. We're going to go over some of these crashes and close calls so that you don't have them, and then we're going to go over exactly how to prevent them ourselves. So let's take a look at this first one. Looks like he's going a little bit wide. What you notice real quick, we have chevrons. Okay, those chevrons indicate that it's going to be a sharp turn. It looks like it's going to be a sharp turn this way because the chevron's pointed like that. So that means for the other people coming around this way, it's sharp. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Here we go. Oh, he's already off road.
Second mistake and late braking were all it took for the bike to shoot
Late
straight
braking?
past the corner instead of running into it. Thankfully,
So-
the rider walked away with just a few bruises.
Okay, just a few bruises. Okay, so what we have here, let's take a look. It's really quick. It's really quick. Okay, so right away we have our buddy up in front. Okay, our buddy up in front. Now, if we're riding with a group, we kind of get this little ego of like, hey, he can't beat me. I don't want him to beat me. I need to keep up with him, whatever it is. So if you're a brand new rider or if you've been riding for a little bit, make sure you're riding your ride. So if your buddy up front can take this turn at 60 miles an hour, but you know you can't, you know you can only do 45, go 45. Doesn't matter. Talk to each other in Ricardo Pack Talk Edges. We have links in the description for that. There's 10% off for those. It's a Bluetooth system that you can talk to each other. Just let them know, hey, you do your thing, I'm doing my thing, we'll meet up where we meet up. Not a big deal, or I'll meet you on the straightaway. But make sure you are prepping for your turns yourself, so take it nice and easy. And if you are in a group that is just constantly kind of pushing you past your limits, that's great when it comes to trying to learn something new, but if they're pushing you way past your limits, that's when you need to set a boundary and be like, I need to just do what I need to do. But if they're constantly kind of like peer pressuring you to go faster, 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 maybe you need a different group to ride with. So a little bit late in the braking, so you want to slow down before the turn and then accelerate around the turn.
Thankfully,
Okay.
the rider walked away with just a few bruises.
Make sure you turn. Eyes lock on where you need to go. Okay, we're doing some wheelies here with a group. Once again, group ride, chatting hopefully on Ricardo Pack Talk Edges. Okay. So group ride, beautiful view.
Oh, shit, we're going this way.
Oh, missing our turn. And there's the crash. Okay. So what had happened here? All right, first let's see what he says here. I had a little accident, but everything's fine. Just a few scratches and bent clip-ons. So that's the handlebars for these sport bikes right here. Luckily, I had more at home. Learn from my mistakes. Be safe out there. Okay, well, let's go ahead and learn from his mistakes. Write in the comments what you think happened. We're going to go over it real quick. Okay, first of all, not wearing any gear. Make sure you wear full gear. He's got gloves, boots, and a helmet. Just nothing else, really. All right, let's take a look. Let's take a look. All right, so we're doing some wheelies. So he has some skill. Okay, he's able to ride straight with one tire. Okay, cool. But we're not paying attention. We're not paying attention to where we should be going. Okay, everybody's off in the right lane. We want to do the wheelie in the left lane because it's open. But everyone's off in the right lane. It seems like they knew what was happening. Oh, we're going this way. Everyone's in the right lane. Cool. Roll off the throttle. Apply some progressive braking on that front tire. Okay, if you don't know what that stuff is, I do have a video. It's about an hour long. It's basically how to ride a motorcycle within 1 hour. Okay, so you might want to check it out. I'll put it in the link in the description. So you learn how to do everything in your neighborhood. Just to start, you can learn progressive braking. So you're learning progressive braking right here. Slow it down, slow it down, slow it down. So what happened here? Now we're going to flip, right? So what was happening is applying the brakes at a high speed. So we're highway speeds, right? Trying to go from like, let's say 70 miles an hour down to like almost 10 at this point. We don't want to miss the turn. We see it starting to lose us. We're going to miss the turn. So we slam it even more while turning. If we slam it all the way down and not do it progressively, it's going to lock up that front tire, or we're going to lose traction and it's going to flip us, or low side. So low side is we kind of fall over, like we're turning right, fall to the right. High side is we're turning to the right, we start falling to the right, and then it flips us to the left. And that's what happened here. It flips them to the left, up and over. This is why I wear full gear, just in case you hit your head. Okay? Now, how do we prevent this situation? First off, pay attention to see which way we're going, right? Okay. Self-explanatory. First off, pay attention. We made a mistake. We're missing our exit. All right? Not good. So what I would do here, if I'm missing my exit, is I would just go to the next exit and meet them up. You know, talk them on your Ricardo Pack Talks. Be like, hey, I'll meet you where we're supposed to meet. I missed the exit. Not a big deal. Meet them at the next exit. Let your Google Maps or whatever tell you where you need to go next. Okay, cool. That's going to be the first thing I'm going to do. Second thing is if I don't want to do that, I'm going to stop in a straight line on the shoulder, okay? I still want to make this exit. Well, since I am past the areas that I can actually, ride on, because I'm not going to ride on the grass and whatnot, I'm going to wait until it's absolutely clear and do the best U-turn I possibly can. And then when I get to here, accelerate and catch up to our buddies. And I'd be telling my friends that. I'd be like, hey, meet me. I'm going to do a U-turn real quick. And they're going to hopefully slow down enough. And that's the cool thing about cardos is that they have a good range. So that's what I would do. But how are you going to be able to do this part right here? That's going to be the scary part, doing that U-turn going against traffic. You're not supposed to be doing that. It is what it is. How are you going to do that? Well, you can practice the Smart Rider drills right here. I have 24 drills. You can practice in a parking lot. You set up the cones once. Each one has a QR code on it. So you can go ahead and scan that QR code. It shows me doing it. You set up the cones once. You can do 24 drills. And then it also comes with a digital version. So you can put this on your phone or if your phone mount, hook it up right there. And then each one has a QR code that you can just click and it'll take you to the video. So they're clickable QR codes. Practice your U-turns. Get really good at them so you can make a really sharp U-turn like that so you can get yourself out of there. Like I said, try to avoid it by actually making the exit, take the next exit, or stop in a straight line, not trying to turn and like slow down really heavy. Get onto the shoulder and slow down, slow down, slow down, stop, and then do the U-turn and go. Okay? Easy to prevent. If you do this, make sure you wear full gear just in case you make a mistake. He did pretty good. He rolled with it. Tell your buddy to grab some more gear. Things can happen. And check your bike if you do crash it. Check your bike. All right, lane splitting at 80 kilometers per hour. That is 50 miles per hour. Lane splitting, not very good. So honking the horn's not going to do anything for you. Okay? Just think real quickly. When somebody honks the horn, like you're not paying attention to what's happening, you're just driving or just doing whatever. Maybe you're walking on the sidewalk and somebody's honking their horn. You kind of look around and you're like, what is going on? What is going on? Now, what do you think everyone else is doing when you're honking the horn? They're like, what's going on? And then, boom, you collide into them. So the honking the horn is going to grab their attention to kind of pause and be like, huh? If they hear it. Now, your job as a motorcycle rider is to prevent yourself from actually getting into a crash. So the honking horn is not going to solve it. There's 3 things that we can do when it comes to an emergency maneuver. It's not honking the horn. It's not rev bombing. It's not screaming. It's not flipping anybody off. It's not hitting the mirrors of cars, which we don't see very often anymore, so I'm glad not to see that. We can only emergency swerve, emergency accelerate, emergency brake. Now, in this situation, can we swerve to the left? No. Can we swerve to the right? No. Can we emergency accelerate? Yeah, sure, but we're kind of already going 82 kilometers per hour. So if we see somebody in front of us, you see that motorcycle rider in our lane, how about we emergency brake? First off, don't go this fast. But if you are, for some reason, emergency braking. So emergency progressive braking in a straight line so you don't run into somebody. But honking the horn, hopefully they're going to get out of the way, is kind of ridiculous. So everything that this motorcycle rider is doing wrong. So hopefully you're not going to do that yourself. Okay? Pretty self-explanatory, right? He did stop to 13 kilometers per hour right before he hit. So it's better than 80. But let's not do that. All right, here we go. 104 in slow-mo. Probably kilometers. 114.
From that moment,
We have a lot of stuff happening up ahead.
kind of reaction.
Going a little too fast. Completely not paying attention. All right. Oh. Please don't look up traumatic open book fracture on Google without safe search on. Why do you think he's grabbing his junk in his pelvic area? All right, open book. Screw it. I'll do it for you. Traumatic open book fracture. Let's go ahead and go to images. Do I have safe search off? I think I'm gonna get demonetized if I show this to you. Yeah. You can see some of the fleshy bits over here. Let's go ahead and move that off screen just in case. Oh, that top one is not good. That's what a traumatic open book fracture does. It's going to split your pelvis open. Now, how did that happen? Like, how do we split our pelvis open? Well, typically, on a frontal impact, let's go and take a look and see if we can actually see what I'm trying to hear. All right. on a frontal impact, we slide across the gas tank, right? So this is our legs. Oh, that's a terrible set of legs. Here's our legs, right? And we're sliding. What do you think's hitting right here? What do you think's hitting right there? Right? Yeah. So frontal impacts, very dangerous. Obviously, everything's pretty dangerous when it comes to a crash, but that's what's going to happen. You're going to be sliding up to your gas tank, impact. Sliding into your triple tree, exactly, the Dean, impact. That's pretty bad. So the goal is not to hit something, okay? But that's a possibility when it comes to this. That's why we rescue each other, okay? Stop any major bleeds best you can. Not much you could do for the pelvis, though, other than if it's an open pelvic wound, you're going to have to hopefully pack the wound, but now you're getting pretty intimate there if you don't have that training. So how do we prevent this? Okay, so he's reaching for that front brake. Okay, when we talk about planning our ride, this is the whole method when it comes to riding safely and aware, is that we're positioning for safety, locating hazardous situations, assessing relevant threats, navigating active ones. So intersections and corners are natural predators, basically, for the motorcycle rider. You know, if we want to go National Geographic here. So they're the natural areas where we tend to crash. So that, to me, is always going to be a hazardous situation, okay? Now, relevant threats. The relevant threats are going to be cars, pedestrians, road surface hazards, like all these different things. Are they in your path of travel? Are they going to be the things that are going to cause issues for you? And then you're going to have to navigate those active threats because they can become one. You know, if there's a pothole, let's say there's a pothole over here. Well, that's not a relevant threat because it's not in your path of travel. If there was a pothole right here, yeah, you're going to have to swerve out of the way. Correct? Okay. I'm glad we're on the same page there. But if there's cars in our way,
It's already too late for any.
like this, we're kind of screwed. Now, we got ourselves in this position because we're going 114 kilometers an hour. That's about 68 miles per hour in an area that we probably should be going half that speed. Half. So speed. Now, remember, plan could be you. You could be the relevant threat. You yourself with too much speed can be the problem. So let's go ahead and navigate our active us. Let's go ahead and get ourselves out of that threatening position. We're making ourselves a threat to ourselves. Let's slow it down so that we can put ourselves in a new position for safety. So if we get into now, we're going 114, so 68 miles an hour, now to 35 miles an hour. We just navigated ourselves into a new position for safety because now we can swerve easier, brake easier, and if we needed to, we can accelerate out of things because those are the three things that you can do. So we're stuck, though. We're stuck here going 91. What do we have to do? I mean, he's already applying the front brake. Maybe he's applying a little bit, trying to slow down. Hopefully, maybe a little bit scared of slamming it. A lot of people are scared of grabbing too much front brake because they're like, oh, I'm going to drop the bike or I'm going to endo over. Well, if you do it good, progressively, you're able to slow down quicker and quicker and quicker. Now, you're not going to be able to slow down fast at that speed. That's why I want you to go slower because your total stopping distance is terrible. It's going to be really far in distance that you need. You need like a long tarmac. Think of like an airplane going super fast and going on the runway super fast after they land. They need a long distance to slow down. So same thing here. You need a long distance to slow down if you're going fast, okay? So we come up to here, we're kind of screwed. You have to make a split decision. You have to. If you're going to be riding like an idiot like this, you have to be really good at your emergency maneuvers. Okay, so we're applying the brakes. We're not going to slow down in time. You have to aim for that escape because you're not going to be able to stop before that vehicle. You have to aim for the escape, either that one or that one. This one's going to be hard because of this vehicle, but at least on the right, hopefully nobody opens their door. Kind of sucks, huh? It's a pretty crappy situation. I swerve to the right. I hope nobody opens their door, and I hope I don't crash. Well, we got ourselves in this situation because we were speeding in the first place. So as a new rider, and as somebody who's been riding for a little bit, if you're watching, you're starting to understand. Let's not get ourselves in these situations in the first place. All right, good. I'm glad you're paying attention. Grab a donut. All right, so hopefully he swerves, but he doesn't. Right into there. And he's accelerating. You heard that too. He's kind of accelerating at the same time. So he's probably squeezing the front brake and then also giving it throttle. It's not going to help. You know how you can get rid of that situation if you accidentally give it too much throttle and you're trying to apply the brakes? Use your left hand pulling the clutch. Because then none of that power from the throttle is going to that rear wheel. None of that power. You're just rev bombing. So maybe that's what he's doing. Who knows?
bike. From
Let's
that
see if he
moment on,
squeezes that
it was
left
already
hand, though.
Too late for any kind of reaction.
There, he's squeezing the left hand. So he was squeezing left hand, rolling on the throttle, applying the brakes. Pure panic, right? It was a pure panic moment. All right, here we go. Moving on. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Hey, Astoria, thank you for gifting a membership to Alonzo. All right, right here. I love this view. So when it comes to locating hazardous situations, and I go over this pretty extensively in Module 2 of the Smart Rider Training Manual that I'm editing, but we talk a little bit about it in the other videos. So check it out. Links in the description for that video if you want to learn how to ride. Right here, we're in a blind spot. Don't like it. Okay, just a picture. I know we're passing, but we're in the blind spot. Over here is a pattern that we watch out for, is the side of the vehicle. Okay, that means it's an intersection. Notice it's an intersection. It's hard to find intersections for some points if they don't have signage. But if you see a side of the vehicle like that, it's an intersection. So right now we're going through locating hazardous situations. Side of the vehicle, intersection, blind spot, hazardous. So he's going to accelerate to get himself into a new position for safety. So after the intersection and ahead of this person. But watch him do this. So instead of just going straight, right? He goes straight. And then he moves into a new position for safety. It's pretty self-explanatory. You're going for the open spot, right? Position for safety, okay? He's going for the open spot. So watch him do that. New position. Now we can see. Okay, very good. Oh, once we go through it, once we go through the plan method, once we get into a new position, we're constantly locating. We see a car pull out. That's a relevant threat, turning into an active one because he's going into our lane. Yep. Lots of pain there, too. All right, so what happened, though? So we get into here. We're going 74 kilometers per hour. That's about 45-ish, right? But he's accelerating. Now we're at 80. He's accelerating 80 kilometers an hour in a 50 kilometer. See, just put it in America units. He's going 31. He should be going 31 miles per hour, and he's going 80. So he's going 50 in a 30. So he's going 20 miles an hour faster than what is required. It's the speed limit. Now, the speed limits aren't there to ruin your fun, everybody. The speed limits are there because that was what was deemed safe for the area. That's why you can go 65, 75, whatever it is on those highways, because there's no cross traffic. It's just everyone going one way. Here, it's lower because there's cross traffic, pedestrians, lots of craziness going on. So you must go slower because they already anticipated that you're going to need a better total stopping distance. So you're going to have to pay attention to different things. You're going to have to do all these different things. If you're speeding, it's going to cause you to get yourself in a situation where you're not going to be able to stop in time, be able to swerve in time, be able to do anything in time. So don't go nuts. You're starting to recognize so far in 1 minute and 31 seconds of just this one MotoStars video, and about 18 minutes in this one, that speed is a major factor in a lot of motorcycle riders when they crash. Intersections, cars pulling out, we can blame the car driver, we can do all that stuff, but you're going way too fast. If you're a new rider, take it easy. If you're an experienced rider and you've been doing this stuff, stop. Start doing the plan method, okay? Should have located this hazardous situation, should have been going 50, and we should have been able to stop in time or swerve in time. But we can't. So let's see what he gets to when now he gets to 52 miles or 52 kilometers an hour right before impact. He drops 30 kilometers an hour. So he went from 50 miles an hour to 31 miles an hour. Once he perceived, total stopping distance has the equation. He perceived the person coming out. He reacted to it by applying the brakes. And then we have all this room that we need to brake at 80 kilometers per hour. Now, let's say he started at 50. He perceived it. He's going to react with braking, and he's going to go from 50 kilometers an hour to maybe 20. He dropped 30 kilometers an hour doing this. Don't you think he might be able to drop at least 30 to 40 kilometers an hour if he was just going 50? And then maybe this car, which is an idiot because I don't know why he's turning in the first place, but then he could have made a decision to maybe swerve to the right or maybe even stop in time. Speed is a huge factor when it comes to riding a motorcycle and why people crash. All right, wheelies, or a farming, yep. Up and over, flipped around, hits, oh, broken ankle because he hits the curb. Probably landed really hard. There's a little bit of a limp. He can hear his Cardo pack talk running. America, yeah. All right. So, you know, on a crash, yeah, I'm sure some of you guys aren't going to wheelie, okay, and you're going to flip around. But this is why, as a smart rider, we acquire and use personal protective equipment just in case we crash. Whether it's a wheelie, low side, hit a pothole really hard, fell off the bike, all these different things, just in case we can't avoid it because at nighttime maybe we didn't see the pothole. We have gear just in case we don't have broken ankles, broken issues, anything. And yeah, he's aura farming, so if you think about it, he's doing an eagle ride. You saw somebody with a passenger over there doing a little bit of eagle ride, trying to show off. Let's not show off. Ooh, okay. Open lane pattern. I want to point this out. This is a great thing. I have a feeling you have to hit, I haven't seen this video. You have to hit the subscribe button if I get this right. Okay. So he does not want to be stuck behind this, and he sees this big open lane, right? He's going to want to get over here, right? That's what you want to do. When you see like 3 different lines at the grocery store and one of them is moving quick and there's only one person, but you're stuck behind 6, what are you going to do? You're going to move to the one that's a little bit shorter and a little bit faster, right? Same thing here. It's a natural human thing. You're going to want to switch over. Now, we want to do that. So does this person. So I have a feeling this person is going to come out, and then this person is going to come out. And we're going to have our little video. If I get it right, you have to subscribe. If I get it wrong, you have to hit the join button, okay?
It was hit from behind by the driver who
hit it from behind. So you have to hit the join button.
Reminder that even when riding perfect,
but these were also open lane patterns. I want to point that out too.
Who clearly wasn't paying attention. It's a harsh reminder.
This is all open lane. All these people on the right are stuck. They're going to switch over real quick. Always be careful with that. Always be careful with that. Great positioning, how he's all the way to the left. I like that. Now, you could be all the way to the right. You can be over here. Let's say this truck comes out. Boom, you hit. But if he's over here and the truck comes out, he has an opportunity to swerve into his escape path to the left. Now, supposedly, he's going to get hit from the back.
Even when riding perfectly,
great
is still vulnerable.
He was riding really well. Look at how I'm going to point out some good stuff.
It's a harsh reminder that even
right there. Great positioning when you're stuck in traffic and you're stopped. I want to point that out. A lot of people like to be like right here, right behind the vehicle. No, don't like that. I want to be over here just in case, because I'm looking in my mirrors, in case I see somebody not slowing down. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go. I'm just going to go. Very easy to do that. If I was stuck right here and somebody's not paying attention, they rear end me, I'm smashed between this vehicle and the vehicle behind me. So great positioning because he has good line of sight. You see how he can see really far? Really good line of sight. I love that. All right. I was wrong, but this is a good video. He's doing really well. Somebody's going to pull out? No?
To check mirrors and
very
be
good.
Aware of what's happening behind and to stop slightly to the side of the lane rather than directly in the middle.
Hey, that's what I just said, Motostars. I mean, that's probably the best he can do right there. I'd be off to the left a little bit. Chrysler Pacifica. Love that van. It's a sweet van. Mine's pissing me off, though, but it's a sweet van. Small little impact. Not too bad. Oh, it's... How do you guys think? Just take a look at this one image. Why do you think she did not see him? Hobbits, I think you already kind of said it. Just look at this image. Why do you think she might have not seen him? Just even look. Can you barely even see the motorcycle? Can you see the motorcycle? It's kind of hard with that sun glare. Sun's right in her face. Sun's right in her eyes. So that's another reason. Like, you can't control everything. You can't control everything. So this is why I always park to the sides. If I can't control the sun, I can't control people driving. I'm going to do what I can control. That's going to hopefully mitigate a lot of these issues. And that's move over to the sides. He did the best he can. Thankfully, it was very slow speed. Thankfully, it was not a big deal. He got rear-ended. Cool, let insurance take care of things. But be aware. Be aware that this could possibly happen.
How did you even do that?
Yeah, the wheel might be fine. Double check the rim. Hopefully it didn't pop it off the bead. All those different things.
cars.
You don't know how it's between the two cars, so you hit me?
She couldn't see.
Really?
I didn't hit you.
Yes, you
She did,
just
but-
rear-ended me.
Okay, so what are we gonna
But see how like this whole conversation can kind of go away and be like, you get off the bike, you get up to her, and you're like, "Oh, I can see how you hit me. Let's go ahead and just get insurance. Are you okay? Let's go ahead and get our insurance information. Let's go ahead and exchange some things." It's like, yeah, I already kind of understand.
Hey, 9YB.
Yeah, so he went and got the information on and he said it out loud for his
Pull over to the
GoPro,
side.
just in case she takes off. He at least has
Actually,
that information.
Hold on.
You're fine.
You didn't even do any damage, just...
It's fine.
Get off
Move
the
on.
road.
You don't have to get angry. I get you're angry.
Looked
You don't
like
have
a
to
relaxing
show
lap.
it.
Didn't even touch the brakes. What even happened there?
Oh, that explains it.
See the sign?
Been dealing with a harness issue for a few weeks. No traction control.
Wow. Even on his favorite road, he should definitely fix the harness issue.
Exactly.
Thank God he was in full gear. Not a single
Oh, there it is. Not a big deal. Good after action. Not smart here. Not smart there. Now that is going to be a copyrighted Jet 2 holiday. You guys know what you shouldn't be doing. Obviously, he's doing something illegal. He knows he's doing something illegal. Maybe a stolen vehicle. Acting like an idiot. We're moving on from that one. That's pretty dumb. All right, moving on. This is why I always record when I ride. Okay, tram tracks. Write in the comments, but we're not going to go over it. Maybe this is what's going to be the problem. How do you handle tram tracks? Write it in the comments. You don't want to get that tire stuck.
Holy sh**.
That's not going to be the thing that's the problem.
Hey.
Somebody getting T-boned.
Oh. Yo, you good, bro?
It looks like he had a green light. So it's red. Oh no, he ran a red. Perpendicular. You guys are right. Perpendicular to the tracks. Okay, cross them over real quick. He ran a red.
Oh.
So that right there, that T-bone right to the leg. Yeah, we're having some issues with that right leg. So we talk about mechanism of injury a little bit. So when you see the type of injury or like what happens, you can kind of understand where the problem is, and that's like the medical reason right there, the mechanism injury. So he got a nice little impact.
Holy.
Thankfully, that driver slowed down,
Holy.
saw it last second.
Hey.
Let's see if we blame the car driver on this one.
Oh.
Some hip, yeah, a little bit of hip.
You good, bro?
I guess, I hope.
Yo, I got that on camera. I'm pretty sure. Oh.
You ran the red, dude. He doesn't want to stay for that.
Yo. That car just ran the red light.
So this is why witnesses are terrible. Eyewitnesses are. It's been like debunked that they're really good.
What is that?
Where's the car?
That white one right
Yeah, okay, good. You said I was wrong. Yeah, because you look at the footage. Yeah, he did not run the red. Who has red? We have red. They have red. Car doesn't.
Oh.
So he probably. This is why eyewitnesses are terrible. Because now he sees the crash and he looks up. He looks up to the situation and it's green. So now he thinks, oh, we had green. Yeah. That's why video evidence is really good. Biker bro code. All right, here we go. Oh, couldn't go around the cones, baby. Nice little e-bike. Guys, practice your cone drills. That's a straight line weave if I ever had one. But you can practice your cone drills. 24 cone drills. Link in the description for 20% off. I'll ship this out to you. It also comes with cones if you don't have any. 5 tennis balls cut in half is all you really need. That's a straight line weave. Come on, man. That's part of the DMV test. That's an easy straight line weave. How are you not paying attention? How do you hit that? How do you hit that, dude? Come on, man.
Turns out the first crash left its mark on the bike, and in a very next challenging situation, the rider ends up in an even more
there's more, dude, you need to stop. You need to stop. You don't even need a license or an endorsement for an e-bike. I think you do need one. If you're going to be riding on the road, I think there needs to be some kind of training, which you can totally do when you just watch my videos, especially the latest one where it's learn how to ride a motorcycle in 1 hour. And you can apply it to e-bikes. You just don't have to shift.
Spectacular fall.
This is why I tell you guys, after a crash, check your body and check your bike. And if you need to get it like trailered home, get it trailered home. Because when he dropped that bike, it completely damaged that handlebar. So he went to pull for a wheelie, basically snapped it. So there it goes. Check for damage. Check for damage and don't ride your bike home if it's damaged. Embarrassing. Oh, and he gets hit. Oh, you got some burns on you because that tire going over your leg, it's gonna, yeah, there it is. That's road rash. It's a little bit, but you see the discoloration? So this is normal skin. You see all the normal skin, right? And then you got that little splash right there. So it ripped off the epidermis, and that's the dermis. That's where your nerve endings are exposed. And that little piece is very painful because your nerve endings. And then he's got some down here on his leg. Yeah. See, that's why you wear gear. Simple crash. He needs some milk. Look at all the Rock helmets.
My bar snapped in half.
Are you okay?
I'm good, bro. Not really, but yeah, kind of.
What are these, teenagers?
Yo,
Sit down, stop hopping.
Yeah, look at all that. Yeah, that's all road rash.
Stop hopping. Anybody got water?
Why? So you can put water on it? It's not gonna do much. All right, here we go. Exactly why I have my GPS. It tells you a left turn's coming up and you can see the road. I love it. It's like a little mini map when you're playing video games. Oh, nice open spot. Good job positioning for safety. Moved over, applied the brakes. Wasn't just gonna run it through. Now we're gonna do a nice little tight turn from a stop. Get back, there it is. Get back on the road and then accelerate when we can. Good job. Oh, having some fun. Vanessa off the road. We got some water. When in doubt, throttle out, baby. Ah, now we're wet. When in doubt, throttle out. Love your gear. Is that climb?
Oh my god.
I got climb gear. What do we do? What do we do? A little bit of a panic. Froze. It's a panic response is freezing. Good job knowing what to do now. The training kicked in. Gonna lift the bike up the appropriate way. Handled it. Brain reset. That's what I like the editing. It was really good. Crash test goat number 2. What happened to number 1?
Have to push well beyond their skill level.
What happened to number 1?
Keep up.
What do we have here? Somebody not paying attention, gonna go off road? Because they didn't see the big pack of vehicles. There it is. Pay attention. Look, he has his own Cardo Pack-Talk Edge right there. Let's go ahead and rescue our buddy. Remain calm. You see that guy was kind of rushing. Remain calm. Remain calm. Okay. What do we got here? Good job leaving him on his back. The earth is basically a spine board, like a splint. Stop moving your head. There you go. Hold his head down. Stop moving your head. Good job holding C-spine. Whenever he needs to ask questions, because they would do that on scene when I was a firefighter. Look at him move his head. So he's talking and responding by moving his head and directing his voice to others. That's a natural human thing. So what I would tell people if I was the guy at the head, which he's doing right now, he's holding it. So he's holding it still. So he's not rotating it. He's holding it still. I would tell the patient, like, what I want you to do is answer your questions and speak them out loud. Do not look where you need to go. Do not nod your head yes or no. I want you to hold him still, okay? Okay, yeah, I got it. Let's still try.
Yeah, you don't want to
Don't move his head. So another thing is he has a full face helmet. You don't need to take his helmet off. because he's breathing. If he's not breathing and he has a full face helmet on and you want to do rescue breaths, you obviously have to take the helmet off, okay? There's a way to do it, but for the most part, you're not going to need to do it, okay? So if it's a 3/4 helmet or half helmet or a modular helmet, just pop the modular part up, you get access to it. Here, leave the helmet on. You can undo the strap so it's loose, but at least keep the helmet on. All right, here we go. Tram tracks. I think he just went over it real quick. I want to see if he did that. Okay, probably just a little bit quick. Very good, just like the car did. Oh, car's not letting you. The CUNT started swerving for no reason, but you play silly games, you win silly prizes. Oh, geez. Road rage. Let's not do that, guys. Regulate your emotions. Not a big deal. Move on. Especially around the tram tracks. Just let the idiot be in front. Let the idiot be in front. Yeah. What did I just say about hitting mirrors? And now we're doing it. Dang it. I spoke too soon. So now we're speeding and putting ourselves in dangerous spots because of that. All right. All right. So somebody comes out. When you see that and you see this right here and they apply the brakes. You see them apply the brakes. He's doing emergency progressive brake pressure right now because we don't know if he's going to continue going. But we see him apply the brakes. We're still in the intersection, still with traffic. Once you see this, transition from applying the brakes to now applying throttle. And then give it more and more and more and more and get yourself out of there. Don't stop right here. Don't stop right here. Just move on, dude. All right, here we go. Highway riding. Look at the road. It looks terrible. Oh, good swerve. A little bit freaky. A little bit freaky. Good job. A little bit freaky. Let's see what happens here. So we get into the same lane. We're behind this person in the same lane. We see them straddling that lane, so we're kind of getting ourselves in a new position for safety off to the left. There's the crazy swerve. Thankfully, we're staggered, not side by side, so that's good. So he does a swerve because he sees him swerving, so he's going to mimic that to maintain that space cushion. So good job. Hard to do at high speed. I don't want to say hard. It is more difficult. It's still very doable, especially as a new rider. So good job swerving. If he did not swerve, he would have been hit. Cross the gore area to get back into our, exit. All right. Watch out for debris. The other guy seemed to be mad. Oh, we have idiots on bikes. Okay. Dude, you got a moped hitting a curb. What are you doing over here? That's it? Okay. So we're just cruising. Blind spot. We're in a blind spot. Don't like that. Okay, got out of it. Good job. Emergency accelerate out of it.
And
that was it? Okay.
The video doesn't do it any justice, but
the video doesn't do it justice.
Steep incline that I was going to stop.
Good after action. So listen.
Walk up and have a look, but instead I decided to take off and ride up it. And as I did, I stalled into the right-hand corner.
We're leaking. We're leaking.
The bike just threw me off up against the church and onto the ground, and I got back up wondering what the hell just happened. Didn't even realize that I stalled the bike.
Okay, so he stalled the bike. He didn't realize he stalled the bike. So right here, this is that tight turn from a stop. Once again, you're practicing all of this in the drill booklet. So grab this so you can practice these slow speed maneuvers. This is a great real life event. So he's going to turn the handlebars all the way and flutter the friction zone and giving it a little bit of throttle while the bike handlebars are turned. It's kind of difficult, but you can do it.
Walk up and have a look.
Especially on a hill, so that there's the turn, and he's looking. I love how he's looking. So this guy knows what he's doing. It just made a mistake. Looking where he wants to go.
I decided to take off and ride up it.
So he stalled, though. So he let go of the clutch with not enough throttle. And so it just stalled. And once it does this, when it stalls, it's going to jerk you towards where your handlebars are turned. So it's going to jerk him, and then it's going to launch him to this side. And this is why we wear gear, just in case, even when we're practicing slow speed maneuvers, because watch it how he falls. So let's go ahead and do one frame at a time. So he falls, face is going front, there's the knees, wear gear, face into the wall, hands onto the wall, This is why we wear gear, just in case. Because this,
Stalled
a simple
into the
thing,
right-hand
could have
corner.
involved him without a helmet, hitting his chin
just
against the wall, his
driven
face
off
against the wall, broken
against the
nose,
church
broken
under
teeth,
the
broken
rambling.
jaw.
I got back up.
That's why we wear gear.
What happened? Didn't even realise that I stalled the bike.
All right, side of the vehicle, that's an important factor when it comes to intersections. All right, little schmeek car.
Stop sign.
Yeah, Roadrunner Malta, we've seen you before. You seem to have a really crappy time riding. And most of these, you put yourself into that position. That one, not so much, but good job kind of getting around it. Ooh, open lane pattern. I love that one. Thank you for showing us that one. Go ahead and take a seat, Roadrunner Malta, and grab yourself a donut. This is a good one right here. I mentioned the open lane pattern a bunch, okay? Let's pretend we're not lane splitting. We just switch lanes, right? You see how the right lane is slow? In the left lane, there's an open spot. Somebody wants to go into it. So if you ever see that pattern, just be aware somebody might want to go into it, which means that if you're traveling towards it, you got to be ready for an emergency swerve or emergency braking. So all this stuff, remember when we talk about total stopping distance, perception, reaction? Well, we can perceive right here. So we can get ready to react. We can take away that time because the perception, this whole thing, perception, reaction, braking, it takes about a second to perceive, about a second and a half to react. Well, if we can get rid of that 1 second of perception and just already start seeing these things as we're riding, we are basically just ready to react all the time. We're ready to react. We don't have to wait until it happens and then we're like, what's that? Oh, now I need to react. No, it's like, oh, I see this could happen. I'm ready to react in case it does. That's the big difference that I teach here with the plan method versus what everyone else teaches. They want you to see this stuff, but when it happens, I want you to see this stuff before it happens. And after watching thousands and thousands and thousands of crashes and close calls, I found this to be the case. And so I developed the plan method based off of thousands and thousands and thousands of videos. Yeah, we should get some DDFM plan tank stickers. I think that's a good idea. It's not a bad idea at all.
Esse gajo é maluco da cabeça.
All right. Great little spot. Watch out for, there it is. Good job perceiving and reacting. And you see what I mean? Oh my gosh, this is great. Okay, it's 20 miles or 20 kilometers an hour or whatever. Let's just say kilometers. It's kind of slow, 12 miles an hour. That's what it's asking you to do. He's going 31. You saw the other guy, he was doing 80 in a 50. So much big difference here. So only 10 kilometers an hour over. So he's going, what, 19 instead of 12? Okay. Well, now he sees something, applies the brakes, here, sees it real quick. He saw the side of the vehicle. He's not even in our lane yet, but we think that he might be, right? So located hazard situation, assessing relevant threats. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and navigate it just like it is an active threat. I'm going to go ahead and apply the brakes to put myself in a position for safety. Okay, but if he was going 60 kilometers an hour, you know how hard that would have been? Speed, perception, paying attention. It's miles per hour? Okay, so 10 miles an hour over. Not a big deal. It's London. Okay. Thank you, Razor. Thanks for saying that in the chat. That was great. Open lane pattern. Watch out for that white car on the left in the middle lane. Let's see what happens here. No? Okay. It's just us. We're going to pass on the right like an idiot? Okay. What? Because we didn't want them letting somebody in? Okay, well, who cares? You don't have to do that. Why are we getting angry?
Because they're scaring me a little bit.
Oh, he's just got a little scared, wants us to have a chat.
Me a little bit.
Okay, not too bad.
Oh,
Not too
you
bad.
guys shouldn't follow so close, man. But you had enough room for me in the back.
No, yeah, I got bad brakes and stuff. It scared me a little bit because I wasn't expecting you to stop right there. I was expecting you to stop like.
Well, good job. But recognize he has bad brakes, so he went to that escape. That's what that was. I thought he was going to pass on the right. He went to the escape. But here's the thing. If you have bad brakes and you're riding a motorcycle, if that's your only mode of transportation, okay. But it doesn't look like this is his only mode of transportation. This is a stunt bike for the most part. He took a lot of stuff off. If you're going to do this many modifications, learn how to replace your brakes on your bike. It's actually not that hard. It's a lot harder on a car. It's not hard on a motorcycle. I've done it a few times.
I was. Oh no.
Yeah, good chat. I'm sure it's a pretty good chat. Not a big deal. We're going to move on. All right. Wear some gear, please. You're going to ruin your tattoos. Bad spot to park behind a vehicle. Oh, time to rescue somebody. Yeah, there you go. Get in there carefully. Ensure your own safety first. Remain calm.
You okay?
Good. All right. All right. Seems to be good. Yeah, I'd still double check. It's one thing to like get out of the road. It's another thing to like get out of the road and then like pass out now. So I would double check on him.
Yeah.
Oh, very good. So we have all these end screen pop-ups. But with that said, hope you guys ride safe, be safe. Make sure you guys grab yourself a donut and watch this on the live stream. We got 2 more videos to go. I'll see you guys later.